friends who's personal trainers and things like that. So if they're going out there in the dating scene, they're going to look for someone who's physically fit.
Absolutely.
Who's really just
Who's into
got
their
their head up
nutrition
high. Yeah.
and looking good and respectable and motivated and challenged. Yeah.
Yes. And they just going out there and they just stern on it. It's like, I just want a woman who's physically fit, because if I'm trying to take care of my body and I want to be with somebody for the rest of my life,
You want somebody right there with
Yeah.
you that's equal.
I don't want nobody just eating bad and treating their body like,
No.
and then where's the longevity? There's no longevity in that
No,
when you got
no.
high blood pressure,
No.
diabetes,
No.
and all the other things. So I think it's, when I talk to my friend, I'll say, you're not wrong. Don't think that you're wrong because you choose a woman who's physically fit.
No.
Make yourself go to the gym.
Yeah, and she doesn't put all this makeup on, come to the gym, wearing earrings. Nah, she goes in the gym with no makeup on and, just a workout outfit and taking care of business. I like that a lot more. A girl who goes in there, gets her workout on, and it doesn't try to socialize or be on her phone. She just goes in there and takes care of business. I like that.
Work that out, get that sweat on, and
that's a turn on.
Yeah, it is.
If you in a relationship, you want to have some longevity. So exercise, already we need to exercise the body for longevity. But you want to look good for your man. But at the end of the day, I like mental beautiness, because beauty fades.
Right.
Everything that's glitter ain't gold anyway. So you could be this super bomb, but you be dumb as hell in the head.
Yeah.
So I think that, but I do think you need to look good for your man. But man, we need to look good for our women too.
Of course.
You know what I mean? And it's important. So I'm the type of brother, like, I like my girl to look good. Like, I like to have my girl look good, dress nice, and go out. And I like people looking at my girl. You know what I mean? And I could just be like, they look at you like, oh, you be like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm a confident dude. If I got a girl on my arm, then I already know what time it is. But I like my lady looking good, so I think it is important.
When you meet somebody, your whole thing is discovery. You're trying to find out who they really are, what makes them tick, their thought process and all that. So if you have high self-esteem, it's a synonym to confidence. And confidence in itself and high self-esteem is very attractive. You want somebody that has high self-esteem. Because if they don't, you have the opposite end of that, which is low self-esteem, which means they're probably depressed and moody. You know what I'm saying? And who wants to be around that?
Insecurity, bad choice.
Insecurity, all that. You know what I mean? And if you fail to stop at the stop signs and take the detour before you get married, then, back to love, love suffers long. And, I read a book called Free Indeed, and it just said in the book that all healing comes in a relationship. So if you got damaged goods, which we all are, two imperfect people trying to be in a relationship, if you've committed in your heart to be with them, then it's a road to progress, and you should, get your love skills up to help that person get healed up. Right. And you're going to get some healing too, because ain't nobody perfect, male or female. Nobody. Two damaged people are coming into the relationship. Right. You know what I'm saying? So if you get with them and they have low self-esteem and it's already done deal, then we got to get...
A statistic that really concerned me, and it was saying that preschoolers over the last 30 years, their obesity rate has almost doubled from 5% to 11%. And I know you've got some great tips and some wonderful ideas for people to kind of incorporate it in their lives.
Absolutely. I mean, the obesity rate in children is alarming, but honestly, it all starts at home. And if we can get the moms, healthy and learn how to introduce health and fitness to their families, we can start to turn things around.
Absolutely. I know you have 5 tips for a successful fitness and weight loss program.
Absolutely.
And I'd like to find out maybe the number one secret you have. We'll go through the tips and then maybe your number one secret that we can all do.
The number one secret is to just start and to just do it. Believe in yourself, have your goals in mind, and just make a beeline right to those goals with no excuses. That's basically all you have to do. Find the willpower to succeed and just succeed.
Without saying, oh, I'll start Monday.
No, don't start on Monday.
It never works when you say, I'll start on Monday.
It's never Monday.
Never, right. Monday comes and goes.
So now, right now, you put it in your mind.
You put it in your mind to do it now. And in fact, when I have clients who fall off the wagon, I'm like, whatever you do, don't say you start on Monday.
Yeah.
Start immediately. As soon as you fall off, get back on because.
And I feel like a lot of men just, they keep going. They keep doing that healthy lifestyle if they are doing a diet and exercise. I feel like a lot of women, though, once they fall off that wagon, they just keep, I already did
they
one
tend to
bad
go-
choice today.
right.
Do another one.
Well,
do another
yeah,
one.
they keep
so
messing
Well,
up.
let's start with maybe your number one tip.
some good choices.
Absolutely. Well, my number one tip number one, set realistic and time-bound goals. You know, your goal should be something specific. It should be something that motivates you. I always like to say, you know, if you really put together a really great exercise and diet program, your body's going to change. So now what are you really working for? So maybe thinking about things like increasing strength. If you're not able to do any more than a 5-pound dumbbell in an exercise, maybe aim for 8 to 10 pounds over the next couple of weeks.
Right.
Maybe if you can't run on the treadmill yet, you want to think about maybe I'm going to try to run for about 1 minute this time, and next week I'm going to try for 2 minutes, and before you know it, you'll be running for 30 minutes.
And
So
you'll stay motivated.
Exactly. Setting those things that make
Right.
you feel motivated to want to go to the gym in the first place
Right.
is really, really important.
And
What's a realistic rate for weight loss or
Absolutely.
muscle, gaining muscle?
with weight loss, losing about 1 to 2 pounds a week is usually what's normal. If you're losing any more than that, you're probably losing a little bit more muscle than you are fat. So you want to be careful of that.
Okay.
However, most women are going to find that as soon as they start to change their diet and exercise program, the first week or two, you're going to drop a lot of weight. A lot of that is water
it
weight.
slows down.
And then it slows down to that normal 1 to 2 pounds a week. So just keep that in mind. Do not be a slave to the scale. I think that throws a lot of people off.
Oh, okay.
A question I had about that with dropping pounds. I also heard that circuit training is a little bit better than staying on like just saying I'm going to run for 10 minutes and staying at that same, run, that pace.
Absolutely, yeah. Circuit training is a really great way to kind of get the body boosting as far as fat loss is concerned.
Okay.
And as far as the cardio machines, that's more called interval training,
Oh,
where
okay.
you would take the intensity up for, let's say, 30 seconds to a minute, I don't know, something that really challenges you, and then you bring it back down and rest for about a minute or two.
Okay.
And those numbers can be adjusted based on
Right.
your fitness
Sure,
level,
sure.
but those are all really important as well.
Now, what's your second tip?
My second tip is to schedule your workouts like any other appointment. Listen, if you're going to go to the doctor, you're going to schedule the appointment and you're going to keep it, right? Well, with your workouts, you want to think about doing the same thing. Fitness has to become a part of your lifestyle, and setting the appointment in your scheduler every single week on the days in which you plan to attend will help you to actually follow it and make you build your lifestyle around
So it
your
fits
exercise.
in and it's something doable that
Yeah.
you already know
Exactly.
ahead
And
of time that you can probably
I feel like
And
one
what
of
about
the things
the
that
importance-
helps a lot is I teach group fitness classes.
Yay, okay.
So I feel like a lot of people come up to me and they're like, I had so much fun in your class, I schedule things around it.
Right.
So I feel like if you
That's
do
good.
find maybe one thing that you like, because a lot of people don't
focus
just
on,
like
yeah.
going
Absolutely.
or starting on their own.
Yeah,
So
and maybe
having
trying to
that
get out
one
of the gym
class to go
sometimes and not
to.
always being in the gym. Because some people like being out in the outside.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it's very important to find that variety, to find that thing that motivates
Right.
you, because we're all so different. You might like taking group exercise classes. I might like to just hit it hard and heavy in the gym.
Right.
You
Yeah.
might like to go run outside with a group.
Sure.
So finding those things that
Right.
motivate you are important.
Which takes us to tip number 3.
Absolutely. Tip number 3 would be to start off with modifying your diet and not completely restricting. One of the hardest things for people is the eating.
Right.
It's like you
I know
can,
that is for me.
That scares people when you tell them
Yeah.
can't.
Right, and you
No
should
carbs.
actually eliminate can't from your vocabulary.
Right.
When you say the words can't, you've already failed,
Yeah.
So thinking about modifying your diet instead and choosing things that are healthier alternatives to what you love, that you can still eat and still reach your goals is really important as well.
And I always think it's fun to check out new stores for new veggies, and because there's some
love
farmers
grocery
markets
shopping.
and things like that
Absolutely.
that are really great places that you can get produce cheaper.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
Eating-
also eat in season when it comes
Right,
to produce
exactly.
too.
That's
Eating healthy does not have to be expensive, so
Right.
definitely shop in
Right,
season.
absolutely.
Definitely find those farmers markets, because you'll get a better bang for your buck for those healthier choices.
okay. Great. Number 4.
Number 4, we kind of touched on number 4. Find various resources of inspiration for your workouts. Again, you might like to do one thing and someone else might like to do something else, but the important thing is to really find that thing that hooks into what you like. YouTube is a great source for finding exercise
They
ideas.
have everything.
They
They have
do.
everything. You can
Right.
learn how to do form on different exercises. You can find new routines. Use it. It's free.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
DVDs,
Yeah.
another resource as well.
Yeah.
Exercise classes. So get out there and explore.
And then to kind of go into number 5, maybe find a friend that also likes
Absolutely.
the.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. Tip number 5, find an exercise buddy. And that buddy doesn't have to be a girlfriend. Sometimes your friends are busy, but if you have a significant other, what better way to build the bond of your relationship than through fitness and
That's
exercise?
a great idea, right?
Absolutely. So
you always say you don't have time for each other.
Right.
Well, there you go. You can
Exactly.
squeeze
So
that
get
in.
them involved. Get your pets involved. Get the kids
There you
involved.
go.
And it's something to motivate you to make you get up and do what you need to do.
Right.
Sure,
And if you don't have anyone in real life that you can grab, look at online communities. There's hundreds of places where you can kind of
Right, social groups,
right,
things like
exactly,
local
contribute to what you're doing and have someone follow up with and have a group of people that push
Right.
you on.
Thank you so much. I know we can all use all of those. And
Yeah.
don't go away. We'll be right back when Roxy's going to demonstrate her 3 key moves. Don't go away. We're back with Roxy, but before we get started on your 3 basic moves, I'm dying to know what you've been up to since we last saw you.
What have I been up to? Well, I just recently competed once again.
Awesome.
Yeah, I did the NPC tournament of champions, and I won the entire show. I won the overall title.
That's fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a really great honor and victory. It was actually the first show I'd done in 2010, so to come back and win that same show was a real treat. That's awesome.
Well, you look fantastic. So
Thank you very much.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And now how can we look just like you?
What'll get you on the road to looking just like me? I've got 3 really great moves I'd like to share with everyone today. And the first move that we're going to do, you know, a lot of women talk about abs and they want that 6-pack. Well, 6-packs are actually built in the kitchen with how you're eating, but to get that stomach nice and tight through exercise, I've got a great dynamic core exercise called the cross crawl. So what you're going to do, you're going to start with your feet about shoulder or hip width apart, and you want those arms up nice and high about shoulder width apart. And it's a very simple move. All you're going to do is bring the opposite arm and leg in with a slight crunch in the stomach, and then bring it right back down again. So it's straight in and right back out. Now I love this one because you're going to really feel like the abs are burning when you get a lot of reps in there, but also it's going to force you to work on balance, you know, and it's also going to get your heart rate up as well. So it's one of those bang for your buck exercises. And you want to try to really move your body as one unit, because when you're moving everything as one unit, instead of just doing, let's say, crunches and sit-ups and stuff like that, you really get to get the full development of the body, and that's what we want. Biggest bang, least amount of time. So that's exercise number 1.
Okay.
Awesome.
Great.
Exercise number 2, every woman wants nice legs and butts, right?
Absolutely.
So we're just going to do some squats, all right? Saw your
My
face on
favorite.
No, don't be afraid of squats. Squats are probably one of the best things that you can do for your legs, actually. And squats are very easy once you know how to execute them. So what I like to say is you're going to start with the feet about hip width apart, maybe a little bit wider than that, and point your toes just very slightly outwards, okay? We're going to go very basic. Think about sitting in a chair. So your hands are going to reach out in front of you. You're going to draw that belly in, and you're just going to sit back just like you're sitting down in a chair, and then you're going to stand right back up again. So it's straight down and right back up. Now the tendency for a lot of people that are doing squats for the first time is to let the knees collapse in like that. You don't want that to happen. You want to make sure those knees stay tracked over the toes. And also, make sure they don't push out too wide either. Okay. So if your knees stay over your toes when you're going up and down into that squat, and you're sitting the butt back, you press up through the heels when you stand up, you're going to really get some great development for the legs. Doing about 12 to 15 reps to start with that is great for any beginner.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Great.
So then my third exercise for my ladies. I have a client, she calls these things right under here the Meshuggah arms, you know, they start jiggling and all that stuff. So we all want that nice tight tricep, right? Very basic exercise we have, tricep dip. So what you can do is just get a chair, a bench, or anything that's about hip level, maybe a little bit lower, and you're just going to sit down on it. Put your hands right by your side. You're going to scoot off the edge of the chair. You're going to bend your elbows down. Now, as you bend, you want to think about bending them to a 90-degree angle. And then you're going to press straight up again, all right? And when you press up, you really want to feel like you're getting those triceps back there, right in here, nice and long. So it's, once again, straight down and bringing it right back up. And try not to move the hips too much. You don't want this thing going on with those hips going up and down. Keep those hips nice and low, pushing right back up and down. And with this, again, you want to do about 12 to 15 reps just to start off. And then as you get more and more advanced with it, you can try different variations.
And you
of
don't
that
need
same
a gym
exercise.
membership to do any of
Absolutely.
these.
Yeah,
all these are at home
You
that's
don't.
great.
You can definitely do these at home, at the park, or wherever it's convenient for you.